Hey guys, welcome to the Dad's Coach TV show, and this week we're going to be covering the circle of poo and how we can get out of that, okay, and also how we can make 5 basic steps to start somewhere to make a change so that you don't feel overwhelmed with it all, it doesn't all seem too much too early, and you can start with these basic tips to help move you forwards. Enjoy. Okay, let's delve straight in. So why are you overweight? Why you were not in a good place with health? Let's look at the circle of shit. So this is you straight up here. Wake up straight away. Most of the time there's no motivation, there's no vision about where you're going, there's no structure. You're waking up and simply going, fuck, it's another day. Your back's killing, your knees are sore. You look at the reflection in the mirror and it is not you that you see. You see an overweight guy who is a glimpse of the former self of you maybe 5 years ago. You know, somehow you've got this belly, somehow you've got these moves, somehow you're just not happy, mentally you're not stimulated, and that's not the great start to the day. So you've probably woken up already quite late, and you are feeling rushed and already stressed and overwhelmed. Okay, you can feel the anxiety building up, the old stress down the left arm, cortisol already being released to deal with that, pain down the neck, your brain is overwhelmed, you're thinking, what the fuck am I doing today? I don't even know what my meetings are, I'm all over the place. So you end up skipping breakfast, okay, and on your way to work you're probably stopping to get some meal deals and get some snacks, eat a load of shit and fizzy pop. And as you're on your way to work, you're thinking how much you dislike your job, okay, and you're getting annoyed by everybody else on the road, and as you arrive to work, you're already like in the stress zone. You're already like super fucking zoned in because it hasn't been the greatest day to the start. You haven't prepared yourself, your body and your mind to be ready for the day. So as we go into work, you have to deal with all of the bell ends, all of the bosses, all of the annoying customers, everyone that you're trying to deal with, and you're sat in the office or you're sat on your building site and you're just thinking, fuck me, what am I doing here? This is stressful. Getting quite emotional about it. You know, you're allowed to, you are a human being at the end of the day, and you get quite emotional with it. So you start eating emotionally, and over a period of time, you know, you really build up some bad habits along the way. So, you know, snacking on chocolate bars, and it's just a comfort thing. It's the way that you deal with it. It's your coping mechanism. It's just real life, right? So then on the way home, you're just thinking, all I need is a beer. Okay, all I need to do is get home and have a beer. You get in, you're too exhausted to play with the children. So that upsets you, that frustrates you. So you grab a quick bottle of beer, have a neck a bottle of beer, that lasts 2 seconds, and then you have another one, and then, you know what, you start feeling pretty good, okay? You're feeling pretty tipsy, you've had a couple of those beers going on, and you've had no activity. You know, you probably thought you were going to probably try and have a workout or what you were going to do with your health during the day at some point, but then you end up going to bed and it's exactly the same again. And then this might not necessarily be the exact version of your circle, but it's kind of like, what, you know, we've all got a shit circle. And if you did your circle a bit, I'd be really interested to see what type of things that you would have going on, and the emotional state that you are put yourself in. But over one day, then 1 week, then 1 month, then 1 year, what ends up happening is your body cannot withstand all of the stress, all of the non-activity, all of the poor eating and poor habits and routines. And what you start doing is start developing body fat. And because you're not moving and you're not being flexible or mobile, you're unable to move as free as you would like. You're probably not drinking enough water, so you're probably quite lethargic. You're probably not thinking quite straight. There is no structure in your life, and there is no clear vision about where your life's going. So that depresses you, that makes you anxious. You think that people are looking at you, you feel like your wife is not interested in you, you feel that you are not reaching your potential, and it's really difficult to take. So that is the area, and that's probably why we're overweight. So what I'm going to do now in the second part of this Dad's TV is talk about what we can do about it. Okay, so I've broken this down into 5 points, and I've kept this so basic, guys, because I know it's very overwhelming to want to do anything about it, that the last thing I want to do is throw loads of different stuff at you and you completely go over your head. So this is very much about keeping it simple, implementing some basic changes into your lifestyle, and just doing this first part over a period of 4 to 8 weeks to get yourself into some good habits, to start moving along, just maybe get your backside off the ground and start thinking more about you and prioritizing yourself a little bit more. So the first one I want you to do is prepare you for the day. So what does that exactly mean? That means you getting up maybe 60 minutes, 30 minutes earlier than you would normally would, and preparing your mind and you for the day. And you can do little things such as a 10-minute meditation set off your phone. There's so many apps. You can go to Calm, Headspace, and just sit in peace and quiet and just listen to whatever app that you're listening to, because it can really offer you some comfort, it can offer you some quietness, it can offer you some space away from the hectic and rat race of the world, and allow you to just relax and prepare your mind for the chaotic day ahead. You can then also do a gratitude journal. So in the gratitude journal, you might do 3 things that you're really grateful for. So you might be grateful for having a great family, you might be grateful that you're turning your life around, whatever it might be, but it just makes you realise just how lucky you are to be in the position you are, and remind you of where you used to be, the shit circle, and now you're moving forwards. Okay, do some stretches in the morning. So literally lie on the floor. There's loads on my YouTube, or you want to go somewhere else, you can do some mobility. So just move your body. Move it up and down, do some squats, do some press ups, do some star jumps, do some stretching, do some movement, anything that's going to start stimulating your body and stimulating your brain. Within that sort of 30 minutes to an hour, try and just introduce like a litre of water before you even start the day, because I can promise you it's going to really help, guys, all right? From here, have a basic plan in place for the day. Know at least what you're doing today, all right? So at least look in your diary in this time that you're prepping you for the day. Have a look in that diary. What have I got on today? Who am I meeting? What are the calls that I have to take? And then basically get your plans squared away for that movement. Create a goal. What are we working towards? If you have no vision and you're looking ahead, you're lost. Have some vision, have a goal. It doesn't have to be a year goal, it could be a week's goal. So your goal for the week is to make sure you prepare yourself for the day. Then have a 3-month goal or a 6-month goal, and something that you want to challenge yourself to. And everything you do is working towards that vision and that goal, and that just gives you some direction. Because right now you're probably lost, you probably don't know where you're going, there's no fulfillment, and what you need is some focus on one particular goal. Eat a minimum of 3 meals a day. Have a good breakfast, have a good lunch, have a great dinner. Make sure you include protein in there. Make sure it's not fast food. Make sure it's not negative carbs. Make sure it's not sugar. Okay, make sure you're not snacking on crap. Okay, just keep it real basic for now. You know, healthy meals, porridges, scrambled eggs on wholemeal toast, chicken salads, like lentils, anything that you want for lunch, and then a good source of protein for dinner. Keep the protein in a diet. Last one, be active. You don't just sign up to a gym if you don't know how to use a gym just because you want to be active. Do something that's going to help you. Join a class, go for a walk, go for a steady run, go for a bike ride, go for a swim, but be active and do something again that will stimulate your brain, stimulate your body, and help you move out of that shit circle that you're in before. And these are just 5 simple tips, and you could just do this for the first 4 to 8 weeks before then taking the next step. And then we advance it a little bit more and go into a little bit more detail on these. Then we start, maybe after the first 8 weeks, we then introduce some snacks and we add some structure with the food plan, and then we can start thinking about calorie counting, and then we can start thinking about HIIT, and then we can start thinking about gym workouts and doing resisting HIIT type workouts out to batters, and then you can progress. But you can never be perfect. It's just about starting and progressing, and these 5 points hopefully will help you do that.